We're going to make a phantom for practicing injection techniques. What we've got here is a Tupperware box. We've drilled holes into each end of the Tupperware box. We have two lengths of anaesthetic tubing. You could use straws or something similar. They can then be fed through. They can be fed through the Tupperware, like so. The point of this is that when the gelatin is set inside this Tupperware, the straws can be removed, and then the phantom model that we're going to make will have essentially simulated vessels, which obviously podiatrists aren't commonly injecting vessels, but this gives you something to practice injection techniques on. So like that. But one of the things that can be quite useful if you're preparing a phantom like this is to get a wee bit of oil. Just a wee spray, or a little bit of oil. And then just run that round about the inside of the container, like so, and along the straws here. And that can make it easier when you're extracting the phantom later on. So we'll feed that back in just now. So that's essentially the model that we'll fill with the gelatin just shortly. The gelatin we use, you can buy this in any supermarket. It's a Dr. Oetker gelatin. One packet. One of these packets contains 3 sachets. So we have 3 sachets inside that. 3 sachets is the right amount of the gelatin to make 250 mils of the fluid that we use to create the phantom. Now this phantom here would probably hold 500 mils, more or less. So we actually end up needing 6 sachets in order to fill this. And I suppose if you've made gelatin before, you'll be aware of it. It's a kind of tricky substance to work with. You need to dissolve it quite slowly. A purely gelatin model will give you an almost clear phantom with very little scatter in the material. So if you're scanning it, it will look almost anechoic. So to get around that problem, what we use is stuff called metamucil or psyllium, and it's a powder. You can easily buy this in the chemist. It's reasonably cheap. The whole phantom model will probably cost less than £5 to make, and that gives the gelatin some substance, some scatter, which you'll see later on. So pause it. Okay, we need to get some boiling water, freshly boiled water, and we'll fill this up to 500 mils, which is right there. Okay, so we need 6 of these sachets. We have to dissolve each one in separately. So you don't want it to clump, otherwise you have clumpy gelatin at the end. Okay, that's us used all 6 of that's the 6th sachet going in now. So that's the colour of the gelatin fluid. But if you look at it now, you'll see it's essentially quite clear inside. So we don't want that. We want some consistency to it. So this is when we use this is one spoonful of the powder here, and we want to stir that in as we apply it, so that we don't get clumps. So again, this kind of gradual process. We can have a look inside again just now. You see it's become much darker. We can maybe add a little bit more. There's a little bit more here. So we add that in. Just keep stirring it. Keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring. Yeah, a nice thick scatter in our ultrasound fountain. And one other thing that we can do, if hand up, you get this now, one other thing we can do is we can add some food dye, simple food colouring. Simply a few drops of this should be enough to give it a very dark colour, which could be useful for hiding the vessels and make practice scanning easier. So we're still stirring this.